Hey, I just want to remind you guys, In Your Corner, a movie I directed on Floyd Mayweather and Sam Watson, is out now on Vimo.com. In Your Corner, click the link in the description box. Uh, and I would genuinely love and appreciate you guys' support. And don't don't hesitate to leave a comment and let me know what you thought of the film. And again, I appreciate you guys' support and enjoy the video. Say that again about Bernard Hopkins.
I mean, while Bernard Hopkins sitting up being a lapdog, for Golden Shower, he should, and talking about Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor should be free. Well, they should give back the 1 million people that paid $70 to see that bullshit fight. Why don't they give back their money? Or why don't he make Triple G and Canelo free since he worried about, Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor being free? But what I'm going to do to Golden Boy the day of that fight, I'm going to find every live stream and do a video where you can watch that fight for free since they seem to be counting somebody else's money.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I said, Bernard Hopkins is the biggest fraud out there. And like I said, this man got some nerve sitting up here acting like he care about the sport of boxing and he a man of substance, but he's sitting up working for a fucking company that refer to him as a nigger. And you know what I'm saying? And he not doing nothing about it. If he's so strong on having, principles and shit, why ain't they didn't address this shit with the emails? But eventually they're going to have to answer for the shit. See, they ain't had the right motherfuckers cornered ass. Because while all these other motherfuckers are sitting up worried about getting press credentials and all that shit and going to those free sorry ass luncheons and shit for the press and shit, they don't want to tell the truth. But that's okay because eventually they're gonna get axed.
Yeah.
Whether it be me or somebody else, somebody gonna have the guts to ask them about that shit. See, when you got a guy like me that's paying his own dime to go to these fights and ain't worried about getting no fucking press credentials and shit. See, basically, you can ask the questions you want. See, they don't have to put me on no list. Cause see, I'll go to this fight on my own money and shit. So therefore, I can ask them questions, so they don't have to be like, "Oh, don't ever let that dude and don't ever give that dude no press credential for any Golden Boy event because I don't give a fuck." So it doesn't matter because more than likely, I'm gonna tell you this much: before that fight, I'm gonna go down to that office and I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna ask for Oscar De La Hoya or Roberto Gonzalez or Bernard Hopkins.
No,
one of those three motherfuckers gonna have to answer questions about those fucking emails. And I don't give a fuck what Oscar De La Hoya supporters get mad and keep saying y'all need to leave this alone. I ain't leaving shit alone. You know what I'm saying? They keep talking about Floyd's fucking past and other people's past, so why can't we talk about this shit? This was in the recent past. This shit happened like in January.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait to go down there with you.
Oh, yeah. And it may be some other people there, too. See, we gonna do the sneak attack. We ain't gonna tell no motherfuckers when we coming.
No.
The only thing is, so just in case somebody tries something. Nah, we just gonna show up and then, you know what I'm saying, and walk up in there.
Yep.
I ain't telling them people when I'm coming so they can have the cops waiting for us and shit. Nah. Guys like that, you gotta do the sneak attack. But me and you gonna know when we going down there.
For sure.
But nobody else.
They're just disgusting over there, man. From the guy up top to Bernard, man, it's just not cool. Especially Bernard, because I thought so much of Bernard outside the ring and his ability to want to solve problems. But when you look at the optics of where he's at, it's not cool at all. You know, he's basically a yes man. And his dignity, his integrity. I thought more of Bernard Hopkins.
I think we all did, man. Him being this guy from the streets of Philly, you would think a dude like that would have some substance, but he doesn't. And it's like, the funny part about it is, have so much of a lack of disrespect towards him and Oscar based off the way they handled this situation. Because the funny part about it is, we need to debate who who's the biggest coward, Bernard Hopkins or Oscar De La Hoya, for basically sending Bernard Hopkins to be his lapdog to talk about how against this fight with Floyd and Conor McGregor.
You're right.
Whether they like it or not, more than likely this fight is going to happen. And see, I think what's going on now, based on the fact that this fight is going to be a success, it is going to interfere with the Triple G, Canelo numbers.
And Cotto that same day.
Yeah. So just remember that. We all know more than likely people are going to be paying attention to Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. See, what they thought they could do was, they was like, okay, we're going to hurry up and snatch this September, fight date, because that's the day Floyd is used to fight. So they thought they had won up Floyd Mayweather by saying, okay, we're going to snatch this date. Floyd wouldn't dare, have his fight on the same day. So Floyd was like, nah, I'm gonna do something even better. I'm gonna make my fight at least 3 weeks before your fight, and I'm gonna charge people probably like maybe $100, and I'm gonna stack the card. So then basically people are not gonna want to have, because let's just face the fact, nobody's gonna want to spend $200 within a month on pay-per-view fights.
Nope.
We know that.
Yeah.
So people are going to be like it's one or the other. And a lot of people talk shit about this fight and say they don't have no interest in this fight. They don't give a fuck about this fight. But it's always, it's always that thought. The people that despise Floyd Mayweather, they're going to be like, this could be the day that Floyd finally loses a fight. And I'm going to tell you this much. We already know that those three-teeth rednecks are going to buy this fight, because they're thinking more than likely Floyd might get knocked out by Conor McGregor. And what better way for these white supremacists and these racist hicks to celebrate Floyd losing a fight other than to an Irish white guy? People would love that. Here's the thing. People wanted to see Floyd lose, but they would love it if Floyd lost to a non-black fighter.
Oh, for sure.
This is what this shit has been all about. They want to see Floyd lose, but let me tell you something. They wouldn't have the satisfaction Floyd losing to somebody like Shane Mosley, or whether it had been Sean Porter or Keith Thurman. They would love to see Floyd lose, but if Floyd would have lost to Canelo, Manny Pacquiao, or they lose to Conor McGregor, they're going to love it. Why you think Skip Bayless punk ass so much in promoting this fight? And when Floyd beats the living shit out of Conor McGregor, Skip Bayless will have his excuse ready. But I'm glad people are, promoting this fight. Keep in mind, Floyd is 40 years old. You can't beat the clock. There's always that notion that Conor McGregor could land some surprise punch and put Floyd's lights out. I don't think it's going to happen, but there are always the if, and that's who's going to buy the fight, the if people.
It's funny what they'll pay premium dollar to try and attempt to kill a black man. That's all it is. They paying premium dollar in hopes of hope.
And the funny part about it is, you got these clowns sitting up there saying, coming on my channel saying nobody ain't gonna watch this fight. Okay, well, let me ask you something. Well, why is people willing to pay anywhere from $3 to $30,000 to see a fight if nobody wants to see this shit? So you tell me this much. I guarantee you this fight. I guarantee you this fight is gonna sell out quicker than Triple G and Canelo.
It will.
Now let's go by some facts. Let's bring up some facts, because people love to talk about ticket sales. The night of Triple G and Daniel Jacobs, they had to give away some of those tickets. That fight wasn't a complete sellout, and they had to lower the prices like 3 times.
Yeah, because it was a tornado or something in New York. I remember that day.
Yeah, so the funny part about it was me and you was making jokes about the fight not being a sellout, and of course we got called our usual niggers and all that typical bullshit. But at the end of the day, it was kind of funny. And keep in mind, it was a tornado, but some rapper had a concert, I think,
Jeezy.
in Brooklyn, and it was sold out.
Yeah.
So I guess the tornado didn't. So that's where I made fun of Triple G, because people was lined up to see Young Jeezy more than they wanted to see Triple G Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it turned out to be a great fight.
Yeah, it was a hell of a fight.
Great fight, which most people thought that Daniel Jacobs won.
Yeah.
It's funny that a lot of people done just admitted that, hey, man, we thought Daniel Jacobs won that fight. I clearly thought Daniel Jacobs won that fight. I had it 8 rounds. I originally had it 7-5 Daniel Jacobs, but after watching that fight 3 times, I had it 8-4 Daniel Jacobs.
I had Daniel Jacobs winning.
And the funny part about it was you didn't hear nobody demanding that Triple G fight Daniel Jacobs again. Everybody was talking about, well, Triple G should move on, but then, other people demanded that, guys that look like me and you fight somebody immediately and shit.
Yeah.
People demanded that Andre Ward fight Sergey Kovalev. Ward don't give Sergey Kovalev an immediate rematch. He's a pussy. Yeah. But then when it came to triple fraud, everybody was like, well, let Daniel Jacobs wait. He lost, so let Triple G. And then people tried to say, well, Andre Ward and Kovalev won was a controversial fight. Well, Triple G and Daniel Jacobs was a controversial fight. Sure. It was pretty much the same format. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to figure out what's the difference. Oh, I get it. Because the dude that's not black got a suspect decision or got a questionable decision according to you guys. Mm-hmm. So now it's like, okay, well, fuck it, move on. Mm-hmm. But the other dude, the black guy, it was I thought Andre Ward won the fight, but whatever. But some people thought it was controversial, a lot of people. But you have to fight Sergey Kovalev immediately. Yeah. You notice that he loved to pull that coward shit with black fighters, but then with Triple G, it's like, oh, he won, so we need to move on.
Let's move on and go get Canelo.
Yeah. Now, fuck that. Give Daniel Jacobs a rematch. But now, what's going on? You notice now Triple G is talking that retirement shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I told you this 6 months ago. I told you, Fred, that Triple G was looking for 2 big paydays and he was going to get the fuck out of boxing.
Yeah, but now it's starting to sound like more like a setup, too.
Yeah, for a trilogy, huh?
A trilogy, Canelo winning, it's just, I feel it,
Yeah, but see, here's the funny part. Okay, I looked at the guidelines. They're saying, okay, well, if Canelo wins, he gets to move on. Mm-hmm. But if Triple G wins, Canelo gets an immediate rematch. So the only way you see a trilogy, that's if Triple G wins.
Yeah.
Now, me, myself, based off the fact, I've seen enough of Triple G to know that if this fight is on the up and up, more than likely Canelo will win this fight going away unless he gets nailed.
Well, now, they cheat. Nailed, they cheat for Canelo in Vegas though. 114 against Floyd, Lara. They had him up on Amir Khan. it's
Okay, well, here's the thing. I gotta be fair with the Amir Khan fight. I did have Canelo by the time the knockout happened. I had him ahead because he just started out boxing Amir Khan, and it was clearly that he was just too big for Amir Khan. He just started wearing Amir Khan down. Mm-hmm. So I did have him ahead. I gave the first 2.5 rounds to Amir Khan, but then I felt like the 3rd round came, it was just pretty much all Canelo until he just started breaking Amir Khan down, which we all knew that was going to happen. That we knew it was going to happen, so it was not like it was a surprise.
Yeah.
And I just think unless Canelo gets really nailed, then we'll see. Mm-hmm. I am curious to see how he handles Triple G's power. If he gets nailed, whether he can handle Triple G's power. I haven't seen Canelo really seriously hurt in a fight, not that I can remember. So his chin is pretty sturdy.
Clocked him. Kirkland clocked him.
Yeah, but I don't think Kirkland got him, but I don't think he had him in serious
yeah, you're right.
Serious trouble. Now, I know a lot of people said he got hurt against Cotto's brother. I remember seeing that fight, but I don't remember Canelo being in serious trouble. I'm talking about to the point to where he was staggered. Mm-hmm. Because let's just face the fact that fight with with Sugar Shane Mosley and Floyd Mayweather. Shane Mosley, he staggered Floyd. And I'm talking about Floyd almost. You seen Floyd's knee do the stanky leg a little bit. Floyd almost went down.
The round that changed boxing forever. Round 2. Yeah.
But then the funny part about it was, it woke Floyd up, and Floyd, after that, it was all Floyd. I'm talking about he started, like, beating the shit out of Sugar Shane. I'm talking about he was, and a lot of people thought, well, after he got nailed, he would run, but he didn't. And see, that's what I try to tell these idiots about Floyd when they try to say, I mean, he walked Sugar Shane Mosley down. I mean, he beat the hell out of Sugar Shane Mosley. He went toe-to-toe with Sugar Shane Mosley, and he won the battle.
And Cotto did the same thing to Cotto.
And
did the same thing to Canelo. Yeah,
and
man.
And he went and he beat the hell out of Canelo. He walked right towards Canelo. So I love to kill that shit about that Floyd's a runner and shit, because he went straight to those dudes. He stood toe to toe with those 3 guys, and he beat the hell out of Sugar Shane Mosley.
Hold that.